I'm Mike Wilson.
And I'm Jevin Vine, and we're part of the Thompsons Agronomy Solutions team here today with you. Excited to be here. Beautiful day outside of Chatham, Ontario. We're in a cornfield. The corn is roughly at V4 stage, and we're here today to talk to you about a new type of soil sampling that's exclusive to Thompsons.
That's right, Jevin. This new test we offer uses resin technology to measure 14 different essential nutrients for the plant. It measures nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, as well as all other micronutrients that can affect crop growth throughout the growing season. So Jevin, can you tell us how this exciting new technology works?
Yeah, Mike. This technology, really what it does is it acts just like a root does.
So what you're saying is this new technology actually measures the available amount of nutrients in the soil solution itself.
Correct.
It's not actually giving you the total amount of nutrients available in the soil as we would get from a standard soil test.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. So what it's doing is we like to describe this test as something in between a regular soil test and something in between a tissue test. So what this is doing is telling us what's available to the plant. A regular soil test, whether you're doing a bulk, whether you're doing a site-specific, or whether you're doing a zone, that kind of test will show you the total amount of nutrients available in the soil. But what it won't do is it won't tell you what is actually available to the plant, like this test will show you.
Right. So if we're actually measuring the soil water, we should see an indication of a nutrient deficiency or stress to the plant sooner than we would with a tissue test.
Yeah.
Is that what we've seen? Or?
Yeah, that's correct. So we've actually done lots of experiments with growers actually last year as well. And with this test, we are able to detect deficiencies before a plant tissue test will see it.
Yes.
And once we all know that once a deficiency is noted inside of a plant, usually yield has been lost. And correcting an issue like that can be difficult in season unless it's a foliar or usually it'll be something in the fall you'll correct. So really what this test does is it helps us to see a problem before the plant actually sees it.
Yeah, and if it's a major deficiency that we're getting, you know, from a major nutrient, it might not be correctable in crop with a foliar or something, but will allow us to target that area and create a better solution through a fertility program for upcoming years to come.
That is correct. So Mike, I'm just wondering if you could share with our growers, what are the 4 biggest uses of this test, you know, depending on the stage of crop, etc.
Sure, Jevin. Yeah, I would say there are 4 major uses. The first one would be a pre-season setup to determine residual nitrogen carryover from the year before to help fine-tune and tweak your fertility program coming into the upcoming season. The second, I would say, would be a pre-digest nitrogen test, which is very similar to the field we're standing in here today. At that 6-leaf stage, we can accurately measure and see where we're at on a nitrogen level and try to fine-tune that recommendation going into the side dressing window. The third area I would recommend would be measuring problem areas in the crop. You could pair this with our imagery services with the drone to fly over the field, identify your strong and weak areas, follow up with a test like this to determine whether it's a nutrient deficiency causing the problem or some other underlying feature that can be dealt with at a later date. And then the fourth and last case would be post-season, you know, anytime after the maximum vegetation state when everything's right. So, you know, prior grain fill and corn, if you want to wait to harvest, that's fine. And it allows us to measure the amount of nutrients left over at the end of the season to begin trying to tweak those recommendations, you know, see if there's an abundance of N or if nitrogen ran short. You know, we measure some of the other major nutrients to see if there's any problems we can fix and adjust that fertility program to try to get the most we can out of every acre on your farm.